That's the one ready to go. There we go. Somebody else connected. All right. I guess I'm gonna start the stream. Okay, I'm gonna wait then. Do that, and I'm gonna wait a little bit. There are 3 people here already. If someone can type something that I can read it, so to see the names. I guess I'm gonna start this stream in this way, and I'm gonna introduce myself. My name is Nelvic Barrios. I'm originally from Puerto Rico, and I've been in the hobby, of RC airplanes, RC cars, helicopters, for the last, I will say, about 25 plus years, and I became an enthusiast about batteries and technology. Hey, how you doing, bro? You probably are from the Facebook group. Yeah, the Facebook group. I am moderators, as many people know, from the 18650 bat. Thank you. Battery for beginners, and many people doesn't know, but I moderate another 8 groups as well. But that one is the biggest one. The next one have 80 plus thousand users as well, and I started my own group. Elisa, yeah. Thank you. Oh, nice, nice. So I speak Spanish as well. Obviously, I'm from Puerto Rico. That's why my accent. So I'm working and doing the best I can. So if I'm speaking too fast, let me know. So, and anyway, this has been telling my story. My dream is, create like a store that I'm doing now, and live and so have some income from something that I really love, that is working with technology, batteries, and all that. So I'm tester. I am actually system engineer from computers. I have or 25 years doing this, and so that's what I do. But I'm really enthusiastic in the battery thing. So let me show you. I'm gonna start showing you my equipment. Okay, what we got here for the testing. So I love Fluke equipment. Many people maybe they disagree, but I like them. They're kind of pricey, but they're very trusted in my opinion. And again, what we are gonna be doing here is testing those batteries. What I got here, I love to use the torch testers, which this one is exactly the same one. It's just this one have the modules that you can buy separate to increase the watts that you can discharge with this equipment. So this is how it came, just like that. That's the one that I recommend to everybody. This one have the charger module, because this tester allow you to charge and discharge as a testing equipment. So, but you need this module that's separate. You can buy it with that. This equipment, obviously, to connect batteries. I don't use it like that in here, because I go with the it's able to do up to 40 amps discharging. So that's what I have in here in the setup. And this one is a custom. I built this because in the way that they came with a very thin cable, just like this one. So the problem is, when you discharge using thin cables, you're gonna have a bunch of voltage drop. So I really bump it up to 8-gauge cables. That's what you can see here. I built this with my 3D printer. And the reason why, because I don't like to use weld. So weld doesn't have good resistance. If you check in the table of resistance materials, the weld is pretty low. Same as nickel. Nickel is not a bad conductor, but copper. The best one is silver, but copper is in second place. Silver is a 105 copper is the base, is the standard is 100. So copper is 4 times more conductive than nickel. So you may be asked, why do people build the batteries with nickel? Well, the reason is because it's easy to weld. So you use a spot welder. You don't want to solder the batteries, because you will destroy the battery because the heat. So the spot welder, actually this one, part of my equipment, the SAG Liter 811, in my opinion, that's the best welder you can get. It's pricey. This is around $600, but again, it's the best one. Many people say no, the key weld. In my opinion, yes, key weld is a great welder, but it requires so much additional attachment, and the key weld only goes, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, 21 kilowatt. This one goes all the way to 46. It's a beast. You can weld copper 0.45 with this beast. I love it. That's the best welder. Continue with the equipment. As I mentioned, Fluke. I use the this one is the one for check the temperature, which is great. But I have a fancier one that actually I'm charging here, finishing. This one is my thermal camera. With this equipment, you can see actually, the wires, everything completely. I'm gonna be using this today. Really cool toy. I mean, very usable, very sensible. In the temperature range for the batteries, yes, if I have a margin of error, I can say like probably what it says, got any P50B. Man, I wish I have one in here. But I'm gonna be very honest with you, Arthur. The P50 do not compete with the JP40, in my opinion. Yes, it does. I mean, they're in level. The P50 is a battery that is very consistent in the discharging rate. I like that, and but in performance, if we are talking, I mean, the JP40 is the best one. The JP40, I mean, the other one is the back 45D, and this other one that I'm gonna be testing today, this one is the EV40PL. They're all of them in the same, I will say, level. Remember, these cells, the secret is they're tapless. The P50B is not. So they really need to do something to catch up with these tabless cells. It's not even fair to compare. Even when it's a great cell. P50B is a great cell, but I mean, it's still, they need to work it out. That's a JP40s. I mean, I have a bunch here. So if someone wanted, I have them available. So, but this life is not about selling. I mean, it's about testing. So, what? Oh, it's thunderstorm, if you can hear. So back to the topic, right? What we use, these testers. There's a bunch of flavors of these testers. This one is oh my God, DP24EW. There's many, as I mentioned, many flavors. This one, I forget the model of this one. This one is the cheapest one. I have a case, a special case that I printed out with my 3D printer. This one is the most basic one that I recommend. This tester is based in MOSFET. MOSFET can maintain continuous discharge and all that. This one is, I believe, is around $30, and it's a really nice one. And but it has limitations. It can go up to, I believe, 15 amps. If I'm not mistaken, I don't want to say 20, but I have to confirm. I have time that I don't use it, but it's pretty good. So normally I use this other one. There's another one that I have here. I'm gonna explain the difference between them. Pretty much they are almost the same. So you can connect modules. Let me show you the modules quickly. Sorry for the mess. I have a bunch of modules here because my tester, see, that's how I install the modules, one on top of the other one, using the Stanford brass. so I can stack them. I used to have these all the way to the top to 3,000 watts. Each model provide 150 watts. So I can connect that here as well. The reason why I'm not using this one is because the functionality. Let me put this back. All my models together. This one do not provide the charging capability that I like to use sometimes when you want to cycle the batteries, like charge, discharge, charge, discharge. I mean, that's a kind of test that I do in the batteries to see the behavior and collect the data. So that one do not provide that. The other thing that this one do not provide, it's the USB connectivity. See this cable? I have this cable connected with this device, and then that go to my laptop with this software. So this one provide, however, Bluetooth, and you can connect your cell phone with the application and collect the data. However, the application do not collect all the data that we want. I believe it provide only current, voltage, and believe power, but do not provide you for temperature and other information that this one provide me in the software. So I can collect, I mean, capacity. I can collect a bunch of information. So the software, when you collect the data, this is the software, is gonna produce a file. I'm gonna open a file as an example. Is in Excel. I don't have the Excel. So, and it's gonna give you, look at everything that provide you: voltage, current, power, capacity. This one is the, don't remember now. I guess that's the let me see. At the end, oh, that's the watt hour that give you, and the last one is the temperature. If you see when it go by the time, that's an example. I started discharging this test. That's an example. See, 4.9 volts, and then I was discharging at 1 amp all the way, and it collect all the data second by second, all the way until I discharge the cell. This discharge was there was a 5,000 milliamps battery, what I call it 5 amps hour. This is the same thing. This one provide a little bit more than what they promised, and this one was, what cell it was? This one, a Samsung 50s, which is one of these one. So that's the batteries that I sell in the website. See, brand new ones. I only took one, the last one. And what's happening is, I like every box that we receive, I like to take one sample or two samples and test from capacity. I check everything. I mean, internal resistance, to make sure every, and I do with every single box of my brand new cells, and the same with the used ones. So like EVs, see, I have the EVs, the different models here, and that's what I do. And actually, that's what I'm doing. We're gonna be doing today. I'm testing one of the boxes from that. Now, back to the topic. That's why I don't use this one, because I collect more data with this model. However, I mean, it works for what you want. Is really, I like the screen. It's a bigger screen. This one, it came like that. This one, it basically, it came to be installed in a case and stuff like that. The expensive machine from a torch is exactly this unit. This unit, that's the one that I believe Patrick Kilowatts have. He have this unit, but again, the USB connectivity is missing, and some of the information is lost. So that's why again recommend this one. Or if you want to go budget friendly, by the way, this one is only, I believe, in just like this, it's only $60. It's not too much difference. That, go for this one. This one, however, is cheaper. Do not have all the information. I believe he have Bluetooth, if I'm not mistaken, and you can go all the way to 180 watts, which is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Um, And again, there's different parameters we're gonna be setting up. Yesterday I messed up in the live. Actually, I wanna apologize. I deleted the live from yesterday by mistake. It was a really good live. And let's see, Carlos. Oh yeah. So yeah, DL24P. Yes, I believe that's that model. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. So in the parameters that I'm gonna be using here, actually, we can see it in the computer. See how cool is this? I mean, I love it in the computer. If you open the software, many people doesn't know in this very corner, you can open this and see the, oh, I need to connect that first. My case is COM7, and I'm gonna connect. Now it's connected. Now I can open this. See, I can see all the configuration that I have in the charger over there in here, and I can manage that from the computer software. If you notice in here, so I can just click settings and change the parameters. Yesterday, unfortunately, I have the temperature cut off to 45 when I was doing the live. Now I set it up, I believe I'm not mistaken, to 60 over temperature cutoff. Yeah, it's now in 60. It timeout. Let me open that again. And here you change the charger capacity. I have right now only 3 modules plus the unit. And as I mentioned, each module is 150. 150 is 300, and I have 600 here. That's more than enough to test one cell. Actually, you can do it just with just one. You don't produce that much power, like to not use one. But I do it because I can. And then what else? Now, that's the equipment we're gonna be using. Now, I wanna talk something that many people ask about the JP40s. I seen comments of people saying, "Oh, the cells they are used because in the way they look like." No, they are not, and I'm gonna explain. Many people ask why they are difficult to get the JP40s. Yes, I agree. They are difficult to get, and the reason is because if you see a cell just like this one that says Ampace, this is a wrap. This is a fake wrap, and I will explain why. They are mimicking the original wrap from Ampace, but here's the reason why they are fake. Because Ampace actually they cannot sell the cells to the public, to the customer, to the outside public. Ampace have contracts with big equipment like Milwaukee and other machinery like that. They have contract and they have military contract. Those cells are sold, I mean, for the drones and other equipment that they have contract and they cannot sell these cells because the military contract to the public. Now, how we get it? That's a good question, right? Well, if you see this one is the company which is called LT. That's why it's called LT. Cells. That's how we call it. LT2271, 08. It's the same cell. However, what they have to do in order to sell these cells, they have to erase all the Ampace information. Some of the cells, if you let me see, I'm trying to find one. Okay, this one, for example, they are brand new, but look how the wrap look like. It's not clean, and it's because they have to erase the information about Ampace to legally be able to sell it. So they are not selling it under Ampace. So, but they are JP40s, obviously. So, and that's why all these cells are not clean. However, you know how the Chinese are. The Chinese, what they do, they rewrap, because some people say no, they don't like the wrap, so they wrap it, and I mimic exactly how the JP40 looks like. Why? How do you know they are not original? Because all of them, they're gonna have the same serial number in these wraps. And every JP40, as a military contract, they have to have their own serial number in order to track them. That's one of the requirements for the military. Hey, that's information that I get. I cannot guarantee it 100%, but many people will agree with me. Um, that's why we know they are not original, because the serial number in all of them, they are the same. But for marketing, yeah, it's easy to sell like this. However, because I know that, and he has been rewrapped. I don't know if the cell is a good cell or not. I mean, I know this cell is good. The one that are erased, they are good, because there was the Ampace information before, and all of them, they are coming. Look at this, brand new one. Some of them, they are coming more clean than other ones, but that's how it works. See, this one is not very clean, because in the way that they erase the information, this one is not bad either. Some of them, they're pretty clean. See, like this one. Some of them, they're not. Patrick talked about this. Patrick Kilowatts talk about this, and yeah, that's how. What's up? How much of the life do I miss? You don't miss too much, Mitch, because in the beginning I messed up the life, man, and you know, you was missing the information about the chargers and stuff like that. I don't want to bother, the people with extra information. I have a bunch of information we can give. So, but anyway, that's the story with the JP40s. I mean, that's the truth. That's why I'm not selling the one with the Ampace thing, because I don't see that right. You know, so I prefer going with the through, and telling you same happened with. Let me see. I'm gonna show you. I probably have another one here. Let's see, where is that I want to show you. Where is the? That was a test that I was doing. This one. This one is the one from Austin. You know, Austin from 18650 to 11700.com. That's it's exactly the same cells. The same cells. He just put a label, to be able to, show what it is. But I personally not using it. I mean, but again, both they're the same, exactly the same. I was testing that for him, and all of them, they are legit. I mean, all the cells. This just finished. That's a nice charger for the people that doesn't know. This one is a iCharger 4512 Duo. Is expensive, but it's a beast. That's one of the best chargers in the market. I charge the batteries. This one is the EV40PL. Let me show you this here with more light, and it's ready to go. What I did is to be able to do the perfect test, I charged them a little bit over 4.2, actually 4.21, which we're gonna see it now. We can start with this cell, and let me talk about this quickly. I built this in my 3D printer. And the reason why I make it like this, and I'm not using one of this, for example, is because we are gonna be using a very high drain, which is 40 amps. That's the maximum that we can do with the charger, this charger. And the factory cables, as I mentioned, they are thin, and the thinner are the cable, the more voltage drop you are gonna have. And I don't like to use, again, welding, because the welding, I mean, again, the internal resistance, I want the highest and the most fair test for the oh yeah, the internal resistance. I was talking about that right now, but yeah, let's do it. Let me show you the internal resistance of these cells. That's the secret from those cells. This one is the EV40PL. I'm with one hand. Let me see if I can do this with one hand. The EV, let me open this a little bit more. Sorry about that. There we go. In order to have a good measurement, we need to have a very tight fit, which is right now not the best. I'm with one hand. Let me make it more tight, a little bit more. There we go. The EV, see, that's the voltage, 4.1 and have 3.13, 3.12 milliohms. I mean, if you know about cells, that's an impressive low milliohms. However, if that's impressive, it's more impressive in the JP40s. That normally, let's see, no, that's not that JP40, that's a EV50S, 50E. That's, let me show you. This one is the one that is rewrap. This one is the one that the one that I like. Let me see. I'm with one hand. Now look at this. That internal resistance, 2.73. 2.73. I mean, I seen even 2.6. It depends the feed. I mean, if I make this even more tight, it will give me a better number. Look at this. See, now we go to 2.67. So that's ridiculous low. You are not gonna see any cells that low. To give you an example about the internal resistance, let's check with a brand new. Well, I have here. That's Samsung's. Look at that Samsung. This one is the 50S, which is a very popular cell. 45 amps discharging rate. Look at the numbers. 10 point. And I need to clarify this. This is the measurement in the internal resistance of AC internal resistance tester, which they are more precise than DC. DC always is going to be a higher number for about, I will say, three or four, it depends the cells. I mean, 3 or 4 numbers. If it's, for example, just an example, if this one say 10 in AC, in DC, it could be 12, it could be 13. I mean, that need to be calculated. But in AC is more precise. You can have more precise numbers. DC, when you have a charger like this one, or like this one that many people use for discharging, you're gonna have a number, and never, let me tell you, never is consistent. That number always is gonna be all over the place. Why? Because that number depends on the temperature of the cell. It depends in the humidity. There's a bunch of variation that is going to change that number. So, but again, in the way that this tester they works, they produce two charge. It's an AC charge in 1 kilowatt. I'm sorry. It's gonna produce 2 charge in here, AC voltage, very 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 low, and 2 in here, and that's how it measure. It's called Kelvin method. It's called that. I know there's more expert that can explain that better. I mean, I'm limited on that. So that's the story with the internal resistance. That's why and explain that the lower. Let me switch this. The lower is the internal resistance, the more flow is gonna have the cell. This is right even for the resistor for the cables. The wider is the cable, the less resistant. The resistant, what it does is create heat, because the current is trying to flow through the cables or through the battery, and the higher is the resistance, the more heat is gonna produce. So this is why these cells are able to discharge very ridiculous. I mean, I seen these cells discharging 140 amps, one single cell. That's just ridiculous. And they don't warm up like the other cells. And when I say warm up, is the other cell really get hot. Like, for example, Molly cell. Molly cell, they claim 45 amps. For example, the P 45B and the P42A, they claim that they're 45 amps. Yes, they can discharge at 45 amps, but not continuously without the proper cooling. I need to clarify that. You really need to have a good cooling to do that. However, the JP40 and, for example, the 40PL, they can discharge continuously, at high levels without being on fire. I mean, they can handle the heat pretty well, and the consistency in the voltage. So let's start testing. Let's start testing the process. And I wanna talk something very important. Many people ask, how do you test your cell? I mean, what cells you have. So the first step that you need to know is your information about the battery. How do you get that? You need to download your data sheet from the battery, and the manufacturer is gonna give you that. Or sometime in the websites, let me see if I can open a website from here. I provide that information normally in my website. Like, for example, I have this open. Let's go to for example, a Samsung cell. See, it's a Samsung 50 that I have here. You are gonna look for this information. This information is gonna tell you how much is the nominal, discharging. It's more in the data sheet, and you need to look for that. Your data sheet. I'm selecting cells that I don't have the data sheet attached. I'm still working on that. Let's see if I have one here. Okay, here, for example. In the data sheet, you're gonna find what is called the standard discharge, which is gonna tell you, look at this, the manufacturer, that's how they test the capacity. It says 0.2 C. What is that? 1 C, this battery is 5,000 milliamps, right? 5,000 milliamps. So 1 C in this battery is gonna be 5 amps, right? So, and then you divide that. What is 1 C? 1 C in this case is gonna be, I believe, is 1 amp. That's how they discharge. So we need to test. If you wanna test for capacity, you need to discharge at that speed. Let's see, Arthur, what he says. Any data on capacity degradation after 100 cycle with the C discharging rate? You're talking, Arthur, in the JP40? So normally, to explain, in the data sheet, it's gonna have all that information. In the same data sheet, if we go here in this battery, for example, we need to keep going checking, and it's gonna tell you, let's see, what I call the lifespan in cycles. This battery, let me see, for example, let me see if I can find it quickly here. And this is tests that they do in the laboratory. Let's see. No, not here. Sorry, I'm doing this live, but I want to show you what you have to look for when you are selecting your cells. Sorry about that. Let's see, where is the lifespan? It's probably close to here. My goodness. It's gonna tell you after how many cycles. Let me see, where is, I apologize. All right, let me start here over. Here it is. Look at this. This cell, they claim, that's what they claim in the testing. Normally, they don't lie, but after 1,000 cycles, it still maintains 70% of the capacity. That's really great. This is a great cell. This cell is for capacity. This cell is for produce a bunch of, charge and discharge, charge and discharge. Normally, and I have to say normally, there's a trademark here. Normally, the cells that are gonna give you many cycles, normally they are not the best cells for fast discharging. This cell, for example, it's pretty good because this cell gives you up to 15 amps max, and that's what it says. See here, continuously. It says max continuous. This is charge. Let me see that. This max continuous discharge. It says 15, which is 15 amps, right? let me tell you, that's impressive for a cell that give you 1,000 cycle and still 70%. That's very impressive. And I need to clarify something that I said yesterday. Yesterday I was talking about the Samsung's 50s. This cell, Samsung claimed 45 amps and discharging rate. They, yes, they get warm. I mean, they're really warm when they do that. And I mentioned that based in the data sheet, they claim, I mean, 250 cycles, and after 250 cycle, and this is what they says in the data sheet, it's gonna give you 60% of the capacity after 250 cycles. However, March, I don't know if you guys know who's Battery Much. Hey, he's the GOAT in batteries. He's the GOAT, in my opinion, one of the best testers in the US. And Much, he was telling me that he tests this cell and was giving him, I believe he says 60% left after 600 cycles. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, was 500 or 600, which is double of what they claim, in the data sheet. Which, let me tell you, that's great. I mean, 600 is really good for a high capacity, high discharging rate. I mean, that's good. I don't know why Samsung haven't updated their data sheet, or at least the one that I have, or many people have, is not updated. So again, if Much say it, I mean, I believe me, I trust Much. Now, talking about Much is, for me, again, the goat of the batteries. Much have a Patreon. If you go to, and I'm gonna say it now, Patreon. Patreon, basically, this is Battery Much. Much have the Patreon website. I pay a subscription with him, but he have a subscription up to from $2, and he's gonna. You can sign for free with Much. I will. I mean, hey, go take a break. Go to patreon.com and search for Battery Much. I mean, he have a free subscription. You are not gonna get all the information from the for. I mean, with the free subscription, he give away some public information. But if you want absolutely the best, hey, pay those $2. It worth every penny. I pay I pay way more than that, than $2, because I like to afford. I mean, I learned with Much so much with him. So if you really want the good testing that many people doesn't have, go to his website. He have a Facebook as well. In Facebook, he's Battery Much as well. Let's see if I can log in from here. Don't remember if I have this. No, I don't have. Let me go in the other one. And I want to do a pause, because a pause, talking about this, about Much, because it worked it. I mean, this guy, we learned so much with him. Much. He's in Facebook. I'm gonna share this later. Look at that. Much, the service that Much does, he tests every single cell, and he give away this report for free. If you want to know, I mean, if the manufacturer is claiming what they says, I mean, and they give, Much is a person that is very honest. See, he's talking about the Ampace. This is free in Facebook. I recommend you, go and subscribe in his Facebook. Uh, the one that are hardcore, I mean, like me, go and get that subscription in Patreon. I mean, it worth every penny. See, cells like this, when they put it in yellow, is they claim this, and this is what gave him to him. The testing lower. When you see green, it means that it's a good cell. I mean, usually, and he gave the full report over there from every single cell. I mean, again, Much. He's the goat. He's the goat. See, that's the EV40PL. That's the one I'm gonna be testing. That's what they claim. They claim 70 amps, and he tested 70 amps. That's great. That's really great. And my goodness! Look who is online. Much. Thank you, buddy. That's an honor have you in the channel. Man, I feel really honored. Look at that, I'm shaking, buddy. Talking about you. Buddy, thank you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. I was talking about you, your channel, I mean, your Patreon, your Facebook. And man, I'm happy to see you here. It's an honor for me have you here, buddy. So I was clarifying. I don't know you heard what he was talking about. The let's see. Thank you for your support, Nelvig. Facebook has basic stuff. Yep, I know. The free stuff is very basic in Facebook. But you again, you want the deep, deep things. Go to the Patreon. Pay those. Hey, $2. What is $2, buddy? That's not even a coffee. In Starbucks, you burn more than that. Guess what? Here's what I'm gonna tell you. How valuable is the information he gave? That will make the difference from you buying. For example, you are gonna build a pack. And how much money you have to when you have to build a pack with 65 cells, for example? How much got every cell? It costs more than those $2. Just get the right information. I mean, he destroyed the batteries, just like I do sometimes. Testing and I open the batteries. He's a professional doing this, man. Just give those $2. That's nothing. I mean, for us. So we waste money more than that doing things that doesn't value that. So and again, let's do the testing. I have almost an hour talking here. I haven't started. So let's start with this one. EB40PL. I'm gonna clamp this very tight to do the testing. Look at what he says. It's a lot. I can stay for long testing to station right now. I know, and he do manual testing. That's insane. That's as more tight as I can. When we do testing, we need to make a very very tight connection. Let me with the other hand. There we go. It's very tight now. And right now it's a 4.15. What I do is top it off. Let's top it off this battery. I mean, it's gonna go, and I put it 422 to give a chance to the battery to go higher in voltage. Let's monitor the voltage here, which is normal. When you charge a battery, it charges to 4.2 volts, right? And when you leave the battery sitting after, I will say, 20 minutes, it's gonna go down. Right now it's 4.17. It's gonna raise a little bit. And I really wanna the batteries in 4.2. Just to give, probably much is gonna freak out what I'm doing. The correct way to do it is just wait. But I want to see that number in 4.19 at least to do this test. And another way that I do, if I have the battery over the voltage, what I do is I go with this instrument, and I tell the battery go in constant voltage, and I set the voltage to, for example, you have a bunch of function, but I go constant voltage here, and I set the voltage to, for example, 4.2. And what it's gonna do is gonna put that voltage. If it's over, it's gonna discharge. Obviously this is not a charger. If it's below, it cannot do anything because this is just yeah, man, it's in the house. I cannot believe it. That's an honor. So we're almost there. 4.18. It's gonna get there very soon. I'm gonna get this ready. We are gonna be discharging at 40 amps. See, I set to do the cutoff at 2.5. When, again, what I was talking, when we discharge, if you want to do the exact same capacity as the manufacturer, you have to go, that's how they test, to 2.5. I do not recommend do that because you really hurt the battery when you go that low. But if you want to know the capacity like I'm doing, yes, I select one battery and I do it. Normally, when you are doing this at home and you wanna test, you go to 2.8, the max. Honestly, the max. I like to go even 2.9, 2.3. I mean, 3 volts, because between 3 volts and 2.5, believe me, there's not too much left. If you see a battery curve, I mean, how they work, they go pretty linear, and as soon, depend the battery, as soon as they are in below 3 volts, that it goes down that curve, so it dropped the voltage very, very quickly. Let me see if I can speed it up. I really want to see that in 4.9. Let's give it a chance. So we're almost there. Let's see. Wait a little bit. And that's how we're gonna be testing. Let me take out the equipment that we don't need here. Now that we're here, sorry for the mess. I'm gonna very quickly. This is the copper that I use to build batteries. See, I use pure copper. I use pure nickel. See, that's all the part of my equipment. As I mentioned, this one is an inverter. I use this for discharging batteries for testing, believe it or not. This one is my favorite internal resistance tester. I'm using that one because it's already attached to this, but this one is my favorite. This one is very digital. So they are both, I mean, but this one is in quarter. This one have a bunch of functions. I mean, I shut it off by mistake. So this one is my favorite. Anyway, more stuff, batteries. I mean, I'm a freak of flashing lights as well. I have a bunch of different kind, very high end. This one, for example, is 32,000 lumens. It's just ridiculous. Yes, I mean, the camera doesn't make justice. How bright is this? Anyway, I'm just burning a little bit time. There we go. We're almost there. Because as soon as I disconnect that, it's gonna drop off a little bit. So, as I mentioned, the charger and all my stuff, my 3D printer, that's where I make all the testing things that you see. And, you know, my computer, that's what I do for a living, computer servers and stuff like that. All right, I guess we're ready. Let me put this here, close this, and the software is ready. It's connected. Let me disconnect this, clear the file that is gonna produce the Excel. Let me close this, select the file again where we are gonna be locating the testing information there. And what else? Now I'm gonna disconnect turn this off. That is gonna drop a little bit. Let me disconnect. Oop, no, this one. I want to keep that connected. This one is the charger. Perfect. That's what I wanted. Exactly 4.2 volts for this testing. All right. It dropped it already. In here, say 4.19, but I trust. There we go, 4.19. We're going to be discharging at 40 amps. Let me set that current in here. We are connected. V-ship, and we are gonna set this in 40. That's crazy. I hope I don't blow the fuse. It can happen. We are gonna go down to 2.5 volts in this test. It's not gonna take that long because at 40 amps, it's gonna deplete this battery, believe me, very quickly, in a few minutes. It's gonna be quickly. So I wanna double check something here. It's gonna go down to, yeah, it's gonna cut off at 60. Maybe it's not gonna finish because it's gonna cut off at 60 degrees. You know what? I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna go 70 instead, just in case. Let's go to 70 to make it more interesting. That's 66, 70. All right. It's ready. Let me clear all the data. You press both buttons at the same time. Keep it. Now it's clean. That's a reset. All right, we're ready. And let's go. Start. Oh, there we go. Now it's working. I forget. Look at the sag, 3.7, 3.7. Temperature, man, this battery is even, it doesn't heat up as much like the JP40. It goes to, I believe, almost 60 after the test. This battery normally run like 3 degrees below the JP40. This is a great cell. Let's see this. Look at this. Now, what I'm very happy is to see those cables discharging at 40 amps and they don't get hot. So it means that we have a great setup. Let me get away from the glare. Look at how the battery is going. The tester, obviously, it get very hot, but the cables are excellent. Excellent. Look at that. The sag, 3.6. That's really great. And we have, look at this. Already, how much in time? Let's see. Look at that. It's producing 141 watts. Only one single cell. Temperature, 20 degrees. Are you kidding me? That's nothing. And to make sure we have the correct numbers in the current, I'm gonna put this in, actually it should be the positive. It must be in the positive side. That's why I'm getting those numbers. Let me zero this. I have no way to put it. It must be a single. Anyway, I'm not gonna be able to do it here. But we trust what the charger says. 30, 39. Right now we have already discharged 3.95 milliamps already, which is 3.9 amps hour, 21 degrees. Now to confirm numbers, let me see something. Yep, look at the numbers. That's nothing. I will do a test with a Samsung later and you can see the difference, see? Look at the numbers, 40 amps, 3.4 volts already in the sag. You can see the numbers, that's live. Let's see. As I mentioned, it's off. You see that it say 49. What's happening is, in order to read correctly with this equipment, we need to put like a black tape on the cell in order to read correctly, because any shine, any glare is gonna change the numbers in here. But at least, see, the cables are getting just a little bit warm. That's nothing. That's nothing. The setup is just overkill. I mean, for this testing, is awesome. Awesome. The charger is pretty warm. 3.3. This is looking good. 21 degrees only. 21.7. 21.7. 3.9. And we have already, how long time running? Let me see. Give me 1 second. What is the timing? Okay, the current time, 4 minutes. Remember that number. In 4 minutes, we have 3.2 volts right now. And it's depleted already 27 milliamps, 2700 milliamps, 28, which is 2.8 amps hour. Already. Remember, the battery is 4,000, so it's almost 29 now. It's almost halfway of the capacity, and we have 3.2. You're gonna see we are 3.2 as soon as these start touching. I don't know if you can see it clear. Below 2.9, you're gonna see how the voltage drop very quickly. We have already 31, almost 3,200 milliamps. So the capacity is half more than 75% depleted. And it's still in only 21 degrees. That's really, really impressive for a battery. Really impressive. Look at those numbers. We have 39, 38. Let's see. That's really, you know what? I messed up in something. I completely forget. I'm sorry for, I know what it is. I really messed up. I forget put the sensor, the temperature sensor. Good Lord. That's going to be in 30 something degrees. I'm pretty sure. 41. Yep. I'm sorry. Really messed up on that. Really messed up on that. Now we catch it. 41 is still amazing. Oh God. Much is gonna laugh about this. 41, 40. Yep, it matched it. We are 2.7 is about to finish. I know, man. I messed it up much. I forget the temperature sensor. Can you believe that? Now we have our eighth stop. Eighth stop. So it deplete in 6 minutes and 8 seconds. It deplete the full. And how much? Look at that. You are not gonna believe this. Much. Look at that. It gave me 3991, and they promised 4,000. I mean, at 40 amps discharging, that's amazingly impressive. So this battery, they claimed it can provide you 70 amps discharging rate, and I mean, this is nothing for this battery. So now we produce the data sheet. We can see that data sheet, and that's how we went. Look at the end. The end. 3991 out of 4,000. That's excellent. Gotta take down that sensor. I know, man. I have the. Yep. I'm gonna make it right in the JP40. I know this test is not valid at all. But at least for demonstration, I mean, yep. I know. I messed it up, man. I'm gonna do it right now for the JP40. It's the life is making me nervous, and I forget important details. Look at that. That's the energy that gives us 3.4 watts hour. It depleted in 6 minutes and 9 seconds, all the way to 2.5. Right? That's great numbers. That's great numbers. I'm feeling bad that I messed it up with the sensor. Now let's take this out. I'm gonna reset this before I completely forget. I'm gonna reset the data here. Reset it. Let me take out this cell. Man, that's great. That's great. Now let's repeat quickly the same thing with the JP40. No, that's the EV. What's the one? I guess it's this one, the one that I have ready. Now I'm not gonna mess it up with the sensor much. Anyway, that's probably the favorite one that the people want to see. Let me make this very tight. As more tight as I can. Let me put this here for 1 second, so I can use my 2 hands. Very tight. As more tight as I can. I'm gonna be fair. I'm gonna repeat the same process that I did with the other one. 4.17. Let's put some charge to start in 4.2 volts exactly. To be very fair. Hey, this is this kind of testing is nothing comparing with what Much does. I'm gonna try to put this here this time to have some numbers here. So Much is a pro. I mean, this is nothing, but at least we can have an idea. 4.19. We're almost there with this cell. Let me get ready the computer here. Clear the data. Save that test, even when it's not a valid test. I hate that, man. Let me put it outside here. Clear, disconnect, select where the data is going. I know you are not seeing what I'm doing, but I'm gonna quickly here. I can't believe I messed up that one. And now let me work with that sensor. Let me work with that sensor. Let me get tape, okay, for the sensor. Now we're gonna have really good data. Let's see. That's the sensor. I'm gonna put it right on top of the cell. And something I'm gonna mention, I should wait, for be honest, for do a perfect. I'm not gonna do it for the live. Obviously, we don't have the time. I should wait until the system cool down exactly matching the original temperature, like when I was starting with the older battery. That's the correct. Well, actually, shut off. Is cooling down already. Same with the cables. I mean, but if you notice that there was nothing. This cell is almost ready, 4.21. Let me disconnect now this. And, no, actually, no, that one. 4.2. Let's wait, it's gonna drop off. It's gonna drop off. Let's wait for 4.1. 4.0, 3200. 4202. I wanna make it as fair as possible. It's gonna go down. Anyway, we have this almost. I'm sorry, that was. Now it's straight, I guess. Let's see what the comments. 40 PL is the hell of this. Yes, man, it's amazing. The 40 PL. I hate to say it. Honestly, is probably one of my favorites. If not my favorite, one of my favorite. Is really work very low temperature. I mean, don't get me wrong. The JP40 it's only about 2 degrees. What you will say much the difference? 2 degrees, 3 degrees. Let's wait for your comment. I guess I will say it's 2 degrees. Maybe three. The difference. So we are ready. 42, 4.2 exactly. Let's start the test. Same conditions. Let me connect now. Actually, that's the wrong. I messed it up here. Let me see. COM7. That's the USB. Let's wait until it reads 40. Same conditions. Somewhere around, forget. I get, yeah, it's a small difference. I believe it's like 2 degrees, maybe. Something like that. Maybe three. All right, let's start. 1, 2, 3, and we started. JP40. Let's see the initial voltage drop, 3.8. Initial voltage drop. Honestly, I don't remember how it started. The 40 PL. I believe is one 3 point. It's one point less normally. The 40 PL. If you see now, the meter is reading 39. Let me see. If I move this, maybe it goes to the 40. But it's, I mean, it's accurate, believe me. Let's see, 3.7. And let's see that temperature now. 26 point, that's the initial temperature. 26.7. Let's see how accurate this temperature. We have here, it says 31, 32. In here says 28. We have some discrepancy here, but we go based in the numbers, you know, to have the fair comparison. Let's see, 144 watts is producing the JP40 right now. 3.6 is the sag at 40 amps discharging rate right now. At how many minutes? 1 minute and a half. We have almost running. Let's see the numbers. Let's see now in here. Look at the cable. The cable is it's look a little bit warmer. Remember, we just test the other cell. So this is not a completely fair comparison, but I mean, it's pretty decent close for the testing. I wanted to see how many milliamps end up giving us the JP40 at the end. Right now it's 34 degrees. It's a little bit more hot than the other one. 2.9. Look at that. At 2 minutes it's still 3.5. It has already depleted how much? 1500 milliamps already depleted. Can everybody see everything? Good? It's clear, it's not blurry? I'm doing my best to keep it straight. Let's see the numbers here. 3.5 volts. Let's see temperature again. 38 degrees. That's nothing. And we have already almost 3 minutes running at 40 amps discharging. It depends on, see, there's a sensors on. Let's see the cables. That's great. We already have 40 degrees on the cell, 3.3 volts, which here we have, 3.3. I trust more, obviously, the Fluke 3.3, 42 degrees. And just for the fun, I'm gonna do the same test again with the Samsung 50S to show you the difference from a tabless versus the conventional, batteries. We have 3.2 already and have 2600 milliamps depleted already. 44 degrees. That's great. It's maintaining 126 watts, 3.2 volts, 46 degrees. Let's see how it's doing here. That's great. That's great. $47. And we have already more than 75% depleted. 3200 milliamps already. We have like 800 more to go. 3.1 volt. It's impressive. I mean, this cell have a lot of power, maintaining that voltage higher. Thermistor, thermal component use. Discharging temp. This one is a thermistor. The one that came with those sensors. I mean, with those chargers. Look at that, 3600 milliamps. It's still over 3 volts. Still over 3 volts. JP40 maintain normally a higher voltage and then it drop more quickly than the other cell. Now it's 2.9 volts. But it's still, look at that, almost 3800 milliamps already. 2.9 volts. And we have 5 minutes. The other one depleted in 6 minutes. I don't remember the number. 2.8 is gonna finish soon. Look at that number. Look at that. It's already almost 4,000 milliamps. It is 4,000 already. It still have juice. It's gonna stop. It's gonna stop very soon. There we go. It finished. It finished with 4,022 milliamps. Remember, the battery is rated for 4,000 and it's giving me more than that at 40 amps. I mean, come on, this cannot be better. I mean, I don't know if much agree with me. That's that's the king of the sales at that point. Uh, at that discharging rate is just ridiculous, and it only reached, look at that, 55. 55. Let me see what number reached the other one, even when it's not the correct number. Let me see the last numbers. The last numbers in the 40 PL was 4,111. Actually, that's not bad. At 39, no, that's not the 55.2. 55 point. No, actually, give me 1 second. Is that, yeah? That's what it is. Actually, the other one gave me 4011, and this one gave me 4022. I mean, tell me that's not close. Both cells are impressive in the numbers, both of them. So this one went up to what it says, 55 degrees. This one went up to, where is the 50? Yeah, 55. Actually, the same much. Do you see that? Same, exactly the same. Wow. Same temperature. Same temperature. I mean, these two cells are very close. I mean, however, at the end, let me see how many watts hour gave me this one. 13.62 watts hour, and this one gave me 13.6, which is actually, that's a higher number. Again, the JP, I mean, they're excellent cells. The 40 PL, I mean, it's excellent cells. Now I want to see something like the sag at the beginning. This one went to 3.81. Let me see the number in the 40 PL, in the JP40, I'm sorry. Where is the JP40 information? Maybe here it was. Let's see where he went. Oh my God, I don't remember even. Let me just close here. Trying to see, is this one? Let's see. 3.81. Let me see if it's this one. 4.11. No, this one finishes 4.22. This is the 40 PL. Information, maybe it's in the other folder. Sorry about that. I'm trying to find the one that I just did. Oh my God, I hate doing this in a live because I get nervous. Oh, maybe it's the one that is outside. Let me see. No, battery test, maybe this one. No, that's the one that I just opened. Yep, 411. No, that's not the one. Data, no. I cannot believe it doesn't save it. Oh my God. We have the numbers right here. Oh, maybe here? Let's see. No, that's not the one. Man, let's see which one is. No, that's not the one. I'm sorry. I'm gonna recover that data. Anyway, we have the data here. At the end, I mean, both batteries perform really good. I mean, both of them, they perform really good. If you notice, I mean, the JP40 is a little bit higher, but the 40 PL is just right there. It's just right there. In real life, is no way, absolutely no way that you can tell which cell is which. In your e-bike, in your equipment, there's no way to know which one is. Only under instruments you're gonna see the difference, that the JP40 is a little bit higher. You can check professional testing with March, obviously. This testing, I mean, again, you can have an idea, but you want to see the go with March again. Actually, I have something for March. You don't know. Let me see if I have that here. I'm gonna show you here. Now that we're here, I don't know where I put it. I have something for him. Oh, there it is. I guess it's this. Marge, you still there? Marge, look at this. I make this one for you. For do the same testing. Probably he have obviously much better stuff like this. But I'm gonna be sending you that, man, as a gift. Uh, that's mine. So as you see in the testing, you know what? Now we're here. Let's put the Samsung as a extra to show you the difference. Let's swap out this for the Samsung. Now you're gonna see the difference. Let me hold this here. Sorry about this. Hopefully it's gonna be for a short period. There we go. There we go. Let me take out the sensor with the tape. And let's put the Samsung 50S. I guess it's ready. I hope it's fully charged. Let me reset the information. Yep, it's reset. Hopefully it's charged, man. Yep, it's charged. Good. There we go. It's fully tight. Just as a check, let me check the internal resistance. I mean, in the cells. Take it from here. I guess this one is like in 12 or something like that. Yep, 12.5. Excellent. I don't want to waste too much time. What I'm gonna do now, we should put it in the same voltage level. I guess because this one is a little bit apart, maybe it's gonna take some time. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna ask you guys if you have any question, to answer any question, just to give, it's only 1 or 2 minutes. Yep. There we go. Do you guys have any question, anything that you would like to see my next live? I'm gonna be in the next live. I would like to teach you step by step how to use this, how to perform again the testing, your testing, how to configure this equipment. Same with these ones. That was my plan, to talk step by step how to use. This one is cool because you can charge 8 cells at the same time. You can take out this and then use it for 18650s, which is really cool. The only downside in these testers is that doesn't came with power supply. Can you believe that? They need only 5 volts, and they need, if you want to use the full power, you need 10 amps. So what I do normally, I connect by here, or I build a cable for that. That's the only downside. We're almost there. So if anybody have a comment, throw it in the chat, man. This is a learning curve. I have no problem with that. I mean, and let's see. 4.19, we're almost there. Hey, how you doing, Benjamin? Man, thank you for your support. Yeah, his customer. So there you go. We're almost there. We're almost there. As I mentioned, the testing that I was doing, because I don't put the sensor in the 40PL, in the numbers in the graphic, it's not gonna be a fair one because of that. I mean, I should do exactly the same process, the same with both of the cells. but this is that what's happened. Sorry about that happened in the lives. So that's the correct way to do it. Let me make sure this is okay. We have 4.2. I guess we can stop charging. Probably it's gonna drop off now to 4.9. Let me make it fair. Let's wait to make it exactly like the other cells. It's not too much of a difference, but so again, if anyone have a look at my setup, I have an iPad to see the comments here. Everybody here. So it's almost there. I have this ready. Let me connect this to here, clear the data, connect to 7, set the folder when I want to connect this, ensure, connect. Actually, the COM port should be 7. You know what? It's not connecting. Let me close the whole thing. Start over. You know what? I guess it was open already. That's what it was. It was open, and it was connected. Let me disconnect. Clear. That's what it was. Maybe I can record my data. That's good news. Maybe it's in the other folder. But anyway, let me set the folder again. It was already open. Let me stop that. Ensure. Now connect back. Clear the data. And I guess this cell is ready to rock. This is the cable. And this other one. No, that's not the one. It's one. 4.2. From catching fire. Man, most of the battery, they have that. I'm going to show you something very quickly. I have a JP40 open outside, that was a very scary situation. We are ready. Let's go and start this to make it as more fair as possible. So let's start it. We have 23 degrees, this battery right now. I'm going to put it 40 amps. That's going to be crazy. Let's start it. Now the sag, look at the difference, 3.4 already. We have the temperature. We expect this battery to go higher quickly. Remember, this cell is not tapless. So these cells, they go higher in temperature. Right now we have already almost 30 degrees. And it's 3.2. Look at the sag that have that battery when you compare to the tablets. So 3.2 already. And temperature raising, let's see, 36 degrees already. Let's compare this. It depends on, that's where the thermostator is, say 35. In here is already 40 in here, based on this number. I wish I connect my other fluke for check the temperature exactly. It's just I don't have that ready. 44 already. Sag is 3.1. That's a big difference. All right, man. I see you tomorrow. Hey, thank you much. Thank you for stopping here, man. I really appreciate that. As I mentioned, people, subscribe to that Patreon from March. That was an honor to have you here, man. That was an honor to have you here. Absolutely. He's the goat of the batteries. Appreciate that, man. Talk to you tomorrow. Okay, this is already. You know what? It's not even gonna finish the test because it's gonna stop for temperature. It's almost in 60. Actually, I set it up to 70. It's gonna pass the 60 degrees. I don't like that, but just for the test, I'm gonna do it. It's already 59, 60 degrees already. This battery, 3.1 volts. It's almost there. In the sun, yep. See the number, high number? 64 is gonna stop, I believe, by temperature. Once hit 70, which is way passing the what I like to do, but I'm just doing it for the test. 3.1 is the sag right now, and I have depleted not even 2,000 milliamps. Remember, we have only almost 3 minutes in the test. 68 degrees is about to finish. 69 is gonna stop. It's gonna stop now by temperature. Come on. There we go. Over temperature protection. So the tester stopped it because the over temperature. Normally I like to do 60 degrees to don't hurt the batteries, but I want to give as more as I can. Right now it's still raising up 71 degrees in this cell. Again, this cell is a great cell. Don't get me wrong. It's a great cell. I mean, it's just tapless. It's another animal. I mean, it's a new technology, the tapless. And normally you don't put these cells in that kind of situation, because when you build battery packs, you put in parallel multiple cells, and then you never pull that unless that you have a very very high end. Look at how it's recovering back the voltage, and the temperature is going down now, 68 and going down. So now you see the difference from an ultra hyper. I call it like the hyper cars. This is a hypercar battery, the JP40 and the EV hypercars. This one is a sport car. I mean, a really good sport car. And printed case don't melt. What's happening is this is printed in ABS, which the ABS can hold a lot of heat, same as ASA. That kind of material, they hold much more heat than the PLA, which is the normal one. So these they really hold a lot of heat, so they work pretty good. So that's the difference how I make it. So now you see, I mean, I was not going to test this one, but look at that now. You see, you can see the difference between one battery and the other one. So, and it reached the temperature when it give us only actually 2025. So 2,000 milliamps basically it gave us. I mean, before reach that temperature. So this battery, remember, is rated for 5,000 milliamps. And JP40s, they are 4,000. Same with the 40PL. But again, I mean, when you put this in perspective, sometimes you can get more, longer capacity, even when they are less rated milliamps, because the capacity that they have to provide the full, completely capacity, claimed capacity at 40. I mean, come on, 40 amps, that's ridiculous high. You see that this one doing 40 amps was not able to catch up. Again, great battery, but I mean, we cannot compare one to the other one. So it's to give you an idea how powerful are those cells. They finish, if you remember, 55 degrees, completely depleted, 55 degrees. This one went over 70. Now, to be fair with this testing, we should go with, let's see, 20 amps. And I know at 20 amps, this cell can perform pretty well. And the funny part, I have done capacity tests in the JP40 and the 40PL at 1 amp, and it gives you more capacity at 40 amps than at 1 amp. And I'm talking it's only few milliamps, and I'm talking maybe 10, 12. It's very minimum, the difference. But the way that these batteries can deliver all that capacity at high current is just ridiculous. And not only that, the other thing that have the JP40 is that this cell normally, as I mentioned, the high discharging rate normally have a trademark that doesn't give you too many cycles. This cell is an exception. These cells can give you, I believe, I mean, they are claimed to be 800 cycle cells. I don't remember the numbers that much have already. I believe he went up to 300, 400 cycles already. And I'm not sure about the number, but it's a little bit higher than I guess 90% capacity after all those cycles. I guess it's even less than that. But I don't want to give you false information. But it's just ridiculous. What I mean, how much these batteries can cycle. Uh, I mean, I'm sorry, I hate to say it, Molicel. I mean, they need to do better. Molicel need to do better. I'm very sure the P50. I mean, is I haven't tested the P50. I never had one in my hands yet. I want to test one. And if you want to see the number, go to Much website. You know, the Patreon. He have all those numbers public. I don't want to show numbers. I mean, AM4 tablets. AM4, yeah, that's the one from Austin. I haven't tested. Honestly, I haven't tested that battery, and pretty much what Austin says in the data sheet, it runs a little bit cooler than the JP40, but I cannot tell you. I mean, I haven't tested much. I know he's about to release numbers. I'm gonna wait for him, to talk about it. I may know a little bit, but I cannot talk about it. Um, and again, Austin sells. I mean, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I know. I was talking today with Austin. It's. I mean, it's the same cells. I mean, pretty much same JP40s. Um, and he have JP40s as well. I have mine, and it's funny. I sell mines. I mean, even when we are in business, different maybe competition business, but we still talk and all that. I mean, he's a great guy. I mean, great guy, have good intentions. Austin is a very enthusiastic guy, just like me. I mean, we like. I mean, we love what we do. I mean, um, my goal is make the online US battery cell website the cheapest one. I'm not making money from those sales. I mean, I just wanna become number one, and is that take me years from not making money? I don't care. I love what I'm doing, so that's my goal. I mean, and the people that ordered already from me, they know that I'm very quickly, even at 1 a.m. Whenever you put the order, yep. Whenever you put the order, I go immediately. Prepare all that. I have everything ready to go. The boxes, and next day, early in the morning, you have that on the mail. So again, this season, I feel bad I have one of the customers that he have like in transit already like a week the shipment. What's happened is with especially with the battery is considered dangerous good. I mean, that's why we need to put the seals. I mean, and they delay sometimes, especially now Christmas. I mean, the post office is very very busy, and but normally, I mean, it's just that bad luck. So, but I'm pending on every shipment. I hear you. It's on the way to that customer. I mean, I don't want to say names, but he knows. I'm communicating with him every day, and even if I'm honestly, if I see that pass too much time and he's not moving, I'm gonna replace those cells. I mean, even if after he received the other ones, he can send me that back. I want to make it right. I mean, it's not my fault. This is the post office, but I mean, the season is not helping. It's super busy. So, but most of the people, they are getting the cells very quickly. Again, post office, I cannot control that. Um, I go next day in the morning. I mean, I'll leave it there. So, um, someone, if again, I'm interested in JP40s, I have them well, I have it here. Part of I mean, the other ones are downstairs in my warehouse, ready to be shipped. Not only JP40s, I have different cells. That's JP40, JP40, JP40. I have more JP40s. Samsungs are ready to go. The 50s as well. If someone wants, believe me, the best pricing, man. I look like a Chinese selling, but I mean, if you know, and this is not a secret, 18650 battery store is probably one of the best one in the U.S. I'm selling cheaper than them. I mean, check it out. And with me, again, if you don't buy the battery for me, I don't care. I mean, if you need help, just ask for it. I mean, I enjoy helping people, and you're gonna get my support if you buy the battery from me or not. I mean, you know that in the forums, in the Facebook group, I'm here for help. I really enjoy what I'm doing, and in my customers, they know that I give them, I treat them. Sometimes I send a few gifts. I mean, on the shipment. Well, Benjamin can tell. I know their shipment is overpriced. And let me tell you, I have to be fair with them. They're not that bad. I mean, if you go to, I don't want to say names, but if you go to other places, they're even higher. And I'm talking places that I'm not making any profit in the shipment. Even if you order, for example, 20 cells, 20 JP40s, I'm giving away free shipping as well. And I'm gonna set it up from now to give you heads up. Any order over $100 is gonna have free shipping as well. I'm gonna set it up. I don't want to say that name, but that's the worst. You say it. I do not. Yeah, their shipping is uh, well. I'm not gonna say anything else. I don't want to be that guy. So, and what else? Now, for people that are still here, I see there are still 6 person here. Send me an email. It's sales at DIY500amps.com, and I'm gonna send you a 10% discount code. That you can use it in the store in any order for that people that are here. I just ask you, please share, subscribe to my Facebook group, which I'm moderator in the group. Let me show you here. I'm moderator in multiple groups. That's my mom. If you see here, if I go in groups, I'm moderator in several groups. All this group, I'm moderator in all these groups. However, this one is the biggest one. It's not a secret. Everybody know this one, 18650 battery for pack for beginner. But this one is my group, the new one. I don't have too many people. I have only 41 members. This one is my group. I own this group. I will ask if you like these live videos. Subscribe to this group. If you can share the voice, I appreciate that. And I'm gonna send you a 10% discount. So you can use it anytime. So to those loyal members that are still here, and for those repeating customers as well, yeah, I really appreciate your support. I mean, you are helping me making my dream come true. That is have an extra income from what I love to do. As you know, this is not cheap. I mean, all this equipment, all this equipment, all this. I mean, this is a $400 charger, plus the power supply. This almost $300 plus, this welding equipment. This is a $750 a piece. I have two of them. I mean, everything is very expensive, and I do that for the love of the hobby. Every single piece of equipment, and I know much probably he will share exactly what I'm saying. I mean, if you think I have money here in equipment, much have really expensive stuff, very professional stuff, and we do this for the love of what we do. So and 70. Yep. Thank you, buddy. Yep. So and I do this with a lot of love, and I just I opened the store as a dream. Hopefully, in the next years, I mean, I can have an income from for live from this, you know, for what I love to do. And again, I appreciate all the support from you guys. I know we have 105 minutes already. That's almost 2 hours. It's supposed to be 1 hour. But I mean, tomorrow I'm gonna try to make another live teaching how to use the charger. I'm gonna try to make it shorter, you know, to don't, you know, make it too long for you guys. I know you have to stuff to do, family. I have to. My daughter, my wife, she's very supportive, and you know, I really appreciate again your help, your attention, your support. All right. And you have three TVs in my. Yep, I know. Same here. We have three. I don't watch TV. Never, man. I always in the front of a computer, reading. I love. I'm addicted to reading and you know give support and all that. Later in futures life, I'm gonna be teaching how to use the you know spot welder. That's the glitter. That's the beast. That's the goat of the welders. Different setups. I'm gonna show how to use the dischargers. I mean, I have so much content that I will love to share. I mean, how to use your multimeters, uh, all that is use batteries. Well, the people that bought already from me, they know they're they're most of them they are compromised already. I'm a drone addict. I'm a certified drone pilot. I have a bunch of drones as well. And you know, actually, the other cells. And you know, I make a bunch of. Uh, let me show you that a little bit quickly here. 3D printing stuff for battery related stuff. Let me show just a few things here that I do, and I give away like this. I make this one. This is for parallel charging. So, and you can do this without welding. That's the nice part. So, and you can stack this. I have all these templates for free in my website. Let me show you quickly, very quickly, where you can get it and how. And if you have any request, and let me see, DIY 500. If you go here where it says free templates, you're gonna scroll down. They are gonna look like it's a product. If you see, they say sold out, but that's in the way that I'm putting it. So you all you have to do is, for example, this one, just click in the product, scroll down, and in the description, you're gonna see here you can download the templates. See, if you click that download here, now you have the option to save that. So you can download these files and print that one that I just showed you. I mean, I have few. This one is the 2 screws version. You know what? I have to upload that one, the one that I just showed you. That is the one size screw version. In my opinion, that's the best one because you don't have to print or use double screws. And you know, I have that one. I have this is for batteries build as a 21713 as 3P. That's a 48 volts battery. You can download the template. If you wanted like a like a round one, or if you wanted the completely square one, that's the most common one. You can get it from here too. If you need any requests, if you want it for 36 volts and stuff, just shoot me an email. I will make it quickly for you, and you can print it out. So I make it and print it out here in my 3D printer. All right, man. I'm not gonna make it longer. We have 110 minutes already in the live. So probably gonna see you tomorrow again at 8. With the next live. I'm gonna confirm tomorrow that. And again, thank you for your support. I really appreciate that. It means a lot for me. Much, man. Thank you for stopping in my life. That really meant a lot for me. He's the goat. Again, subscribe to his channel, man. All right, Benjamin. Thank you. I'm gonna talk tomorrow about e-bike extreme. Check his channel. E-bike extreme have a great channel for bikes. I mean, check it out. Check out his channel. He is something else. He meant to me. He was the one who gave me all the, uh, he's more than a friend for me. He's my brother. You have no idea everything he does for me. I'm gonna talk about that later. But he's a great, 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 great guy, man. And I own him a lot, and I'm talking own him a lot. So thank you for that. I'm gonna talk about his later. Check out his channel. He have a great channel. He's I mean, tutorial for install the CYC and motors in the bikes and for the Aventon bikes, and more than that. Hey, thank you guys. Thank you again. See you tomorrow. All right, brother.